This is Ramon Ramirez from Smarty Cartoons, welcoming you to my office, and I'm here to answer a couple of questions via your questions that you've submitted via my Facebook page, Twitter, or email. Let's start with the first question. It comes to us from Giselle de Leon. Hey sir, when is your next exhibit? My next exhibit will probably not be planned until the next 2 years. Within these next 2 years, I'll be focusing on my Teacher Tunes book, a couple of more puppets to help me promote my projects. And if I do come up with an exhibit, it'll be with Teacher Tunes, an exclusive exhibit for teachers via my humor. And I'm hoping to extend that invitation to the community with a little help from my pages and of course the local media to help me get the word out there within 2015. And if I do come up with an exhibit, it might be with the local library via my great friends via the group called Cartoonist Unleashed. Our next question comes to us from John Z. Cavazos. Are you working on any projects about boring staff development for all teachers, as in teachers being at a professional development and being bored to death? As you know, I am a teacher. I have been in those shoes. My cartooning began, of course, with just kind of observing people around me. And of course, some of the presenters out there weren't exactly as exciting as we thought they would be. And we were watching chart after chart that we can't even see the text on. And nobody's going to remember that. So I thought I'd take it upon myself to do some cartooning. And yes, I do have subjects in my cartoons that are focusing on that. And most of them are exclusive to my Teacher Tunes presentations, which I only share there because that way it's an exclusive presentation to the schools. And my motivational speaking does bring that across among other subjects. Do you have any online professional development opportunities? Currently, I don't have such a platform for that, but eventually I probably will have something later on. One thing I do have in place is, of course, I do teach via technology a cool software called Crazy Talk, and it's a very fun way and vibrant way to make animation happen with your simple cartoons or a photograph. And of course, if you have any questions about that, definitely email me at ramirez@smartycartoons.com, and I'll be more than glad to facilitate that. Maybe if you need a training at your school or a workshop at your district, definitely that's something that I do have available that is a lot of fun for kids, teachers, and parents. Next question comes to us from Eric Meisner. How is your project going with Miss Karaoke? And where or what is your goal with cartooning? Currently, my project with Miss Karaoke, as you can see behind me, she is a cartoon that I created to kind of be a spokesperson for teachers. I think teachers deserve a voice. Sometimes board members say that they are a voice, but then they only say that on the billboard and that's it. We never hear from them. They may run again, but nothing really happens. So I thought, you know what, let me make a positive, visible force that's more visible and more positive and more of a voice, even though it is a puppet. And so that's my goal, to kind of make that as a representational icon for teachers via Miss Karaoke. As silly as it sounds, it's puppet versus puppet, and my puppet has a better voice, represents more, and gives a lot back more than an actual, person out there that may be considered a puppet. So it's puppet wars. In this case, mine's a little more vibrant and more visible. And I'll let my actions speak for themselves. As you can tell, she's been in the media and she'll be more in the media too. Not for having an affair, not for doing a lot of stuff that they're not supposed to, but for being a visible force for teachers and a voice. As far as the cartooning, what is the goal for my cartooning? My cartooning is basically to inspire others. I think I've been given this gift to help others kind of continue with their work and really achieve their goals. When I grew up in this area in South Texas, I was basically told, you're not going to make it, you're not going to get anywhere, you need to go to New York, California. Well, little did they know that we have technology that currently takes me to all over the planet. I mean, I even have a cartoon as far as Japan visible there that is for a company out there. And so technology, it's where it's at, it's how you use it, and if you use it well, it definitely can be your friend and a great platform to do a lot of great things. So my goal is to inspire. My goal was to, make it out there, be a little bit more visible. But I think now via the internet, you can be. And, the funding comes via my other projects, so I don't have a problem with that. But nowadays, you can do whatever you set your heart to, and I'm just having fun. But at the same time, I do want to give back. I do give back to schools. I do donate some digital tablets. I do donate some software to some schools as well via my sponsors. And I think we should, as an icon in the community, we definitely should do something very positive and give back to the people that support us. And in my case, I have fans and even the critics. You know, I'll give you a little cartoon here and there. But thank you, fans, for that. And I definitely do contribute to giving back. So as you know, those of you who have posters or want a poster, trust me, I wish I could give everybody a poster. And stay tuned, because there's some more fun stuff ahead. So thank you once again. And my goal is to inspire and be a blessing to others. And hopefully I've accomplished that, or will continue to accomplish that. Our next question is from Mario Robert Aguilar. How do you feel about star testing? And will you do any cartoons addressing it? I feel I need some more information before I gather some humor about that. And I just really wish, you know, we'd see better scores with these students. Too many distractions out there that parents are dropping them off with a lot of gadgets instead of books and things that they really need. So parents, if you're listening, need your help. Your kids will benefit from that. Don't cater to them too much, because they really need a lot of the basics, and we're in an area or in an age where technology is abundant, yet knowledge is not. So please help us out. As a teacher, I'm asking that of parents out there, and those of you that do, thank you very much. You're definitely seeing those rewards on their grades and in their potential as to what's going to happen, you know, in their future. But testing, you know, let's get some scores up there. Let's give it our best, and I know we do. So please support your local teachers. Don't overwhelm them. There's a way to lead without becoming a dictator, or, you know, a shorter version of that word. And let's give it our best. So let's see what happens, and I'll promise you more cartoons on that subject. My next question comes to us from Esmer Gutierrez. The cartooning, do you really go through all this yourself in real life or work before you put it out on the cartoon? You're funny and hilarious, says Esmer Gutierrez. Esmer, thank you very much for your feedback. Yes, I do experience a lot of things via real people. Thanks to people, I get inspired to do a lot of great cartooning. If you know me or you work with me, I think you'll know that I tend to be a little observant in how I see people and how I take on the day via humor. So if I've ever been at a meeting with you, or if I walk next to you in the hallway, you may have inspired me. So if you see yourself in a cartoon, and I may have switched the mustache just a little bit, but you do inspire me as humanity does. And that's why I have Raza Tunes, Dating Tunes, Only in the Valley, and of course Teacher Tunes. So yes, I do get inspired by real events. Our next question is from Lori, and she asked, what upcoming educational issues do you intend to include in your cartoons to draw the teacher perspective to the attention of everyone? Well, if you've been a part of my motivational speaking events, you'll notice that I take pretty much everything from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, and I pretty much put that into perspective via my presentations. The reason I've kept them exclusive is because I know that I've had a lot of work tended to be copied, and I kind of don't want that to happen, because that's why I did this in the first place, because I've noticed speakers get paid a lot to copy other people's work, and I don't think that's fair. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this myself. My wife prompted me to do this, and I've been doing it as a speaker, and I want people to know that this is original work. Nothing is copied. It's 100% from experience, and I do work from my own drawings, and I don't copy anything from the internet like other speakers do. And if you think about it, check out the next presentation. How many times do you use somebody else's cartoon or book? And these are high-paying, you know, educated people that shouldn't be doing that. And so that's why Teeter Tunes came to be, because Miss Karaoke is my biggest help, and she's the one that helps me carry the message across. And those messages are pretty universal, and yes, I do cover them, but more exclusively via my motivational events and presentations. My next question is from Linda Vizane Volkman. Why did you decide to portray teachers in your cartoons? They fit someone from every school I've worked in. Thanks. Because teachers were becoming very stressed out, I thought I'd help by making them laugh, and in doing little doodles throughout the planning period or any other period or every opportunity that I had, I was able to see a difference in people laughing and enjoying a good laugh. I know, I believe it was Mrs. Franz from Meadowbrook High School back in the day in our older building, that she would post the cartoons up on the door where we make copies, and that's where it all kind of started, and people enjoyed them. And it wasn't making fun of certain people, it was just making fun of certain situations that we all went through. As you know, some of them can be pretty universal, some of them are exclusive to elementary or secondary, but it's a lot of fun to take on that subject because it's a subject that I know and I experience daily, and well, almost daily. And it's just a great adventure to bring out the humor out of teaching via the serious events that happen. And I think people need to laugh because in the world of teaching, there's a lot of people getting ill, a lot of people getting stressed out, a lot of people taking their lives for some crazy reason, and that shouldn't be happening. I think we should enjoy things a little better. There is always a bright side of not trying to find those circles that are vibrant, and that's my goal, to help someone make it through the day, whether you're a first-year teacher, a veteran, somebody that deserves to laugh. Sometimes we take it so serious that it just takes a hold of us, and that shouldn't be happening. We need to take control of our daily life, make it as best as we can through the thick or thin, and of course humor helps a lot. So I'm contributing to that factor, and thus Teacher Tunes was born, and that's one of the elements that I really enjoy working with, and I love to share my humor via Teacher Tunes. Next question comes to us from Elvira Carrillo. Have you had any bad response on how you use humor with Teacher Tunes? Once in a while, there is a rotten apple out there. As far as rotten apples, I think I've had a few. I know I've had several when I did editorial cartooning because people just were never exposed to the other side of the opinion. In this case, I think I've only had one that was kind of defending, I guess, the people that we were kind of poking fun of in that situation. But the main thing behind my message is we need to understand that there's not too many people that stand up or speak up. And in my case, it's Miss Karaoke back here that takes care of that. And we need to stand up. We should not be afraid or intimidated. The whole thing about bullying does go across the board, even as far as adults. And so I know when I started at a certain school, there were some bullies there too. And I just said, Lord, take care of them. And sure enough, that He did. They no longer work there, so bye-bye. And we need to take care of that ourselves daily. So my objective is to speak up for those who don't have a voice. We should not be afraid. We are teachers. We work very hard. We should be respected. And we should stand up for what is right. And if they still don't get the message, talk to Miss Karaoke. She'll give you a call or she'll visit you directly. And she has plenty of messages to share, because teachers should not be left behind. We should make sure we take care of everyone of our awesome working teacher force that's out there. Our next question is from Debbie Nunez. How long does it take to create a cartoon? And will you be adding videos of your presentations to your store or website? As far as my videos are concerned, once again, I keep them exclusive to my presentations. Those are for the reason of copyright, and of course, you don't want to give away all of your stuff. It's like if you go to a concert and like, hey, I videotaped it, I'm gonna put it on YouTube. And so, not that I'm a concert or anything, but I am a presentation that is exclusive. And when you see a presentation of Teacher Tunes, you'll understand why they're kept a little more exclusive to the presentation, because they are very unique to your school. They are catered directly to the format that is needed for that school, for that event. And our directive one time in our district was to become innovators, and this is a result of that. Being out there and presenting and making a difference and helping teachers make it through the year, because it is getting more difficult out there. There is a lot of lack of support in all directions, and for the other side, there's a lot of great support, but it's not balanced throughout the whole system. And for those of you that support teachers and students and parents, thank you very much for all you do. That is awesome. Definitely this represents them as well, but at the same time, we're having a little fun with making sure that we represent the people that need a little help in getting out there and being a positive element to their school. And how long does it take to do a cartoon? not that long. If you're one of my colleagues at school, you'll know that I'll do it in a couple of seconds, or even my students can see it. Some of them have kept their cartoons for years, like 10 years, 12 years, and it doesn't take very long. But I will be adding a lot of my work via some examples of the presentations to my YouTube channel. So I will be posting that soon, but basically it's very simple. If you go to youtube.com/teachertoons, you'll see my work there as a teacher via the presenter, and also if you go to youtube.com/smartycartoons, you'll be able to see there a lot more of my work via my cartooning projects. My next question comes to me from Ernesto Guerrero, and he asked, Mr. Ramirez, what are your next project plans? My next plans are to be more involved with my book, which within this year, 2013, I'm going to finalize it. I did want to kind of publish it this year, but I think I'm going to hold off just a little bit more to make sure that I have it done correctly. By 2014, I'll have it printed. It is finished. It is a project that I had before, like I said, since '97, but eventually it evolved into a better format. And somewhere along the lines, I did have people from Hollywood try to get me to sign a contract. I waited 3 years to do that. A lot of people don't know that, but I waited 3 more years to protect it via trademark, copyright, and register trademark. So my attorney in LA helped me to do that, and of course I have everything covered now, so now I'm ready to print. But I want to do this right. I got to do this with quality, you know, and I want to make sure that it's done correctly to where my audience gets a good laugh out of it, and it's a very good book to buy and share with others. So that's what's coming up. More puppets are in store. I do have one puppet in place that he's being worked on in the sketching stages. His name is Antoine Patterson. He is an African American teacher, and he does take charge of making parent phone calls. And that includes parent phone calls to board members, principals, on all the people that support us, and all the people that don't support us. So get ready for some fun with Antoine Patterson. He'll be in charge of phone calls. And then of course we have Rosendo Resendes here, who is my next puppet coming up. He'll be featured within the next week, so stay tuned for that. He is coming in soon via our awesome people at Thistledown Puppets, our awesome people that we network with Philip Hatter. And he's awesome in constructing our puppets just the way we design them, and an awesome creative force to work with. So more puppets are lined up. Expect another level of humor, and that's what I'm working on at this time. Thank you once again for those of you that participated in this question and answer session. I want to say thank you on behalf of Miss Karaoke and Rosendo Resendes. And be sure to stay tuned because Rosendo's up next as a puppet. Also, if you get a chance, if you want to check out more of my work, feel free to visit Marco's Burgers. Believe it or not, they have our collection of Only in the Valley, and they exclusively will be featuring it at their local restaurant in Shareland. And of course, the address will be provided here, Marco's Burgers. And please go by, enjoy a great burger, a lot of great food there. Highly recommend it. And great people that have sponsored my work, La Reinera, the War Room Chess Club, definitely. And of course, a lot of great people that have been behind my work, supporting it. Thank you once again. You've been tremendous in helping me out, and of course, in giving back to the community. And that's what it's all about, networking, giving it our best. And if you don't, I suggest you do, because if you're a person that you got to become something or someone out there that's pretty much in the public eye, you should be giving it your best. Be visible, not just on political ads, but among people. And that's what it's all about, helping each other out. So thank you once again for your help in contributing to my Smarty Cartoons and in the support that you've given me in my work. I want to say thanks, and I'm going to give you my best coming up. So stay tuned for more great things. Once again, this is Ramon Ramirez with Smarty Cartoons, and let's power up the tunes. Those of you working hard at becoming a cartoonist, you can do it. Or whatever it is you're becoming, give it your best. Hard work does pay off. Thank you once again, and I'll see you at the next video session.